The morning mist still clung to the emerald peaks of Ziswangbana, casting a soft, ethereal glow over the ancient Dai village as the festival preparations began. The air was alive with the distant, rhythmic beating of elephant foot drums and the sweet, resinous scent of burning sandalwood. Amidst the gentle rustle of towering bamboo groves, Tian Xiwei stood quietly inside a traditional stilt house, adjusting the intricate silver ornaments resting gently against her collarbone. She was portraying a traditional Dai maiden for the second season of Come to Hiking Asterisk, and the vibrant blue and teal textiles of her costume seemed to capture the very essence of the flowing rivers outside. Every fold of her tightly wrapped skirt and every delicate silver thread on her embroidered bodice spoke volumes of a rich, timeless heritage. Downstairs in the sunlit courtyard, Zhang was wrestling with the final, elaborate touches of his own ceremonial attire, laughing softly at his own clumsiness with the heavy fabric. As a guest alongside Xiwei for this special cultural showcase, he wore a deep indigo dye jacket adorned with hand-woven geometric patterns, paired with a sash that marked the traditional attire of a village noble. His tall frame and bright, engaging smile lent a striking, cinematic presence to the morning, drawing appreciative glances from the local artisans who had spent weeks tailoring the garments. When the wooden stairs creaked beneath his boots and he stepped fully into the courtyard light, he caught sight of Xiwei descending from the veranda, and the bustling world around them seemed to momentarily fade into absolute silence. Xiwei paused on the threshold, the morning breeze gently catching the fine silver tassels hanging from her elaborate hair crown, making them chime like distant temple bells. Linghe stood frozen for a brief second, genuinely captivated by the breathtaking grace she exuded, realizing that no camera filter or rehearsal could ever do justice to the authentic charm she brought to the screen. Recovering quickly with his characteristic warmth, he offered a bright, disarming smile and stepped forward to offer a steadying hand as she navigated the polished wooden steps. Their interaction was effortlessly natural, carrying that rare, magnetic chemistry that had already made them a beloved pairing among fans eagerly anticipating the new season. As they walked side by side through the winding stone paths of the village, the local elders nodded in quiet approval, murmuring that the young actors looked as though they had stepped straight out of an ancient folklore mural. The vibrant colors of their costumes, rich indigos, sparkling silvers, and deep tropical greens, contrasted magnificently against the rustic backdrop of wooden houses and hanging orchids. Every step they took felt choreographed by fate, their laughter blending harmoniously with the sounds of chirping birds and the distant murmurs of the production crew setting up the day's first major segment. They stopped briefly by a crystal-clear stream to inspect a floating bamboo raft, their mirrored reflections shimmering on the water's calm surface like a living painting. The director called for a rehearsal, placing them at the center of a bustling village square where a traditional welcoming ceremony was about to take place. According to the script, they were tasked with participating in the local water splashing rituals, symbolizing the washing away of bad luck and the welcoming of prosperity for the year ahead. Xiwei laughed brightly as she dipped a small wooden bowl into a carved wooden basin, playfully splashing a few droplets toward Linghe with a mischievous sparkle in her eyes. Without missing a beat, Linghe raised his hands in mock defense, his booming laughter echoing across the square as he retaliated with a gentle wave of water that caught the sunlight and turned into a cascade of sparkling diamonds. Their playful banter instantly melted away the slight tension of the rolling cameras, turning a scripted variety show segment into a genuine celebration of youthful joy and cultural discovery. The crew members behind the monitors exchanged impressed glances, knowing instantly that the raw, unfiltered chemistry between the two leads was going to be the absolute highlight of the upcoming season's premiere. Between takes, a local makeup artist rushed over to touch up Xiwei's hair, while Linghe politely conversed with an elderly villager who was patiently explaining the symbolic meaning behind the silver dragons woven into the actor's jacket. This deep respect for the local traditions grounded their performances, transforming their role from mere celebrity guests into genuine ambassadors of Dai culture. As the afternoon sun climbed higher, casting golden beams through the dense canopy of banana trees and blooming hibiscus, the pair moved toward the central market square for a segment on traditional Dai cuisine. Rows of woven bamboo baskets displayed exotic herbs, sticky rice wrapped in fragrant banana leaves, and colorful tropical fruits that added a burst of orange and yellow to the vivid green surroundings. Xiwei's eyes lit up with childlike wonder as she pointed toward a steaming pot of lemongrass-infused soup, her lively expressions prompting Linghe to lean in closely to listen to her enthusiastic commentary. Their shoulders brushed lightly, a subtle physical closeness that felt completely unforced and radiated an undeniable, heartwarming visual harmony. They spent the next hour learning how to shape traditional sticky rice cakes under the patient guidance of a local matriarch, their hands occasionally brushing against each other over the flour-dusted wooden table. Linghe clumsily attempted to mold his dough into a recognizable shape, drawing a soft, teasing giggle from Xiwei, who effortlessly crafted a neat, perfectly symmetrical pastry. Feigning mock offense, Linghe held up his misshapen creation with a dramatic sigh, prompting Xiwei to pat his shoulder consolingly while laughing so hard her eyes curved into bright crescents. The camera captured every second of this genuine camaraderie, freezing moments of pure, unadulterated joy that fans would undoubtedly analyze and cherish for months to come. By late afternoon, the production shifted to a breathtaking Riverside viewpoint where the iconic dye-stilt houses dotted the lush valley against a backdrop of rolling mountains. The golden hour was beginning to set in, painting the sky in dramatic shades of amber, lavender, and soft rose, bathing the landscape in a warm, romantic twilight. Xiwei and Linghe sat side by side on a wooden bench overlooking the serene landscape, their stunning costumes catching the last rays of sunlight and making the silver elements shimmer brilliantly. They shared a quiet moment of reflection, speaking softly about the intensity of their recent filming schedules and how this peaceful immersion in nature felt like a much-needed sanctuary for their souls. Linghe turned slightly to look at Xiwei, his expression softening as he watched the evening breeze gently play with stray strands of hair framing her radiant face. He spoke in a low, gentle tone, expressing his admiration for how effortlessly she embraced every new cultural challenge thrown her way during the journey. Xiwei met his gaze with a warm, appreciative smile, noting how his unwavering support and upbeat energy always managed to make even the longest shooting days feel light and effortless. There was an unspoken understanding between them, a quiet, mutual respect that formed the bedrock of their undeniable screen presence and made their visual pairing feel deeply authentic. As the first evening stars began to pierce the darkening violet sky, colorful lanterns were lit across the village square, casting a warm, flickering glow over the cobblestone paths. The sound of traditional stringed instruments drifted through the night air, signaling the start of the community dance that would mark the grand finale of the day's shoot. Hand in hand, Xiwei and Linghe joined the circle of local villagers, stepping gracefully to the rhythm of the music as the copper bells on their costumes chimed in unison. They spun and stepped with an infectious enthusiasm, completely lost in the magic of the moment and the vibrant cultural tapestry surrounding them. When the final dance steps concluded and the director finally shouted "cut," the entire crew erupted into spontaneous applause, acknowledging the hard work and magical energy the two actors had poured into the day. Xiwei bowed gracefully to the villagers, pressing her palms together in the traditional greeting, while Linghe warmly thanked the local guides who had helped them master the intricate details of their costumes. Walking back toward the base camp under the canopy of stars, they shared quiet laughs over the funny bloopers of the day, their silhouettes blending harmoniously into the tranquil night. It was a day etched in gold, cementing their status not just as powerhouse visual leads, but as two kindred spirits who brought an unforgettable story to life.